So it looks like Horizon Zero Dawn, Sony's exclusive game, will be coming to PC. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So we got some very big news, in my opinion, like pretty massive news, although it may not seem like it because this is about a game that is 3 years old. But Horizon Zero Dawn, reported here by Jason Schreier at Kotaku, saying that from his sources from 3 anonymous employees at Sony who were not authorized to speak about this, have said that Horizon Zero Dawn will be making its way over to PC. Now, it's said to be coming out on Steam and the Epic Game Store. Now, this is the first Sony-owned studio to be releasing an exclusive game for the PlayStation on a different platform, that being PC, and this is really massive. Now, if we think about some games that have come out on PC as well as PlayStation, they've all been from studios that weren't owned by Sony, but they were just funded by Sony. So for example, as we know, Death Stranding just came out and it's going to be coming out on PC later this year. And this is from Kojima Productions, which is just funded by Sony, not actually owned by Sony. In fact, it even says here, the PC version of Death Stranding is published by a different company, which is 505 Games. So it won't even be published by Sony when it is released on PC. Then you have Quantic Dream, which is also an independent studio which has made games for the PlayStation such as Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, and Detroit Become Human. And those as well have come out on PC. So this is a completely different beast with Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, it's also very interesting because this is the first game by a Sony-owned studio that will be making its way to PC since PlayStation 1 launched in 1994. The only other game that did this was EverQuest, which is an MMORPG, which obviously makes sense to be on PC. Now, let me tell you why this is so big and why I think this is a sign of what is to come now in the next few years and then on to the next generations of consoles. Companies are starting to realize, and I think this first started with Xbox when they released Xbox Game Pass and they were open for cross-platform and releasing their first-party games on Nintendo and on PC. I think companies are starting to realize that the exclusives and the actual hardware is not what is important right now. It's not what's going to make the massive amounts of money going forward. It's the ecosystem. That's what's most important. You can just look at so many different business models in different industries that have proven this time and time again. You can't just be relying on the sales of hardware and the sales of an exclusive item in order to be the best in the industry, to make the most money, to be the king of the industry. Now, as we know, these are all businesses. Sony specifically wants to be the best. We know Sony is all about the bottom line. They want to make the most money and they want to win every single generation, as they should. It's a business. That's their goal. But what they're seeing, I believe, is with Game Pass, with Nintendo, and with them working together and realizing that it's not just about having those exclusives that you can't get anywhere else. It's about getting your content on as many devices as possible so that as many people experience them, so that in the future, they want to stay within your ecosystem and they subscribe to your services and then they're locked in as lifetime members. And I really think going forward over the next couple of years, you're really going to start to see this be the main way that games are played on subscription services, on Netflix style services like Game Pass. And I truly think this is just the beginning of Sony. I really think down the line, you're going to see them releasing the majority of their exclusives on PC. And you may be saying, well, Horizon Zero Dawn, this is a 3-year-old game. So obviously it's older. They're trying to increase the sales of it. They're trying to get as much money out of it as possible because it's old and they want to put more life into it. So they're releasing it on PC for other people to play. But I honestly think this is just the beginning. I think they're testing the market with Horizon Zero Dawn. I think they're going to use this game and see how many sales they can get out of it and see if this is something they want to continue to do within the future. Now, Sony already has all of the infrastructure and everything set up to be able to release a subscription-based service. And I believe PlayStation Now is going to be that going forward. Now, these are all just my assumptions, my guesses, my predictions, but I honestly believe because this is coming out on PC, I think this is a massive moment. And I think that we're going to look back and we're going to say Horizon Zero Dawn being the first owned publisher, the first owned developer by Sony to release their game on a different platform, kicked it off for all of their games coming out in the future. I think this is awesome. I think this is a great thing, and I really hope that I am right about this. I hope I'm not completely off base and they're just trying to jump more life into Horizon Zero Dawn and make as much money as possible, because releasing your games on multiple platforms, whether you're first party or third party, is just better for the consumer. it's also better for your brand. It gets more people to play your games, it gets more people to talk about you and to get excited for what you're putting out next. A lot of these console war things are just stupid because it's not that people just have a preference for a certain brand or for a certain console. They literally will die for that console or that brand just because it's PlayStation or just because it's Xbox, even though they've never actually experienced what's on the other side. They don't have any firsthand experience of what might be out there. And like, you haven't experienced it, you're obviously going to vouch for what only that you've played. So getting these games out on different platforms will maybe take some of that away. Will maybe get people who would have never ventured into a different platform or on playing a game from Xbox or from PlayStation now to start playing that stuff. Now, this hasn't been confirmed completely yet by Sony, but it is being reported by Jason Schreier, who from his history, I believe, wouldn't really report anything like this. I could be off. Maybe people know more about him. Maybe people know about his reporting style, but I don't think he's the reporter that would report something that could be just a completely baseless claim. So we'll have to wait and see if Sony actually does release this when it comes out. But this article does have amounts of in-depth information that you probably wouldn't know unless you're pretty sure that this is going to happen, like where it's going to be released. And it came from 3 people working from Sony, keeping them anonymous so that they don't get in trouble. So I really hope it happens. If it doesn't, it'll be a shame, but I just honestly think this is going to be a kickoff to what we're seeing in the gaming industry going forward. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Are you excited about Sony potentially releasing their first party games on PC? Or are you somebody who just wants to stay within PlayStation and only be able to play PlayStation games on a PlayStation console? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested in what you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.